took it all, but left me breathing. The smoke became the air I'm needing. Every scar, a story told. Every fall just forged my soul. The world forgot, I never did. I buried God and learned to live. Pain was my crown, blood was my prayer. I found my peace in the fire stair. I was broken, I was burned, but from the ashes I returned. No light to guide, no hand to hold. I walk alone, reborn and cold. They said I fade, they said I drown, but kings don't die, they just burn down. My heart's a forge, my will's a flame. The man I was won't rise the same. Every ghost that calls my name, I face them all, I bear the blame. Power don't shine, it breathes in pain. It's not the law, it's what remains. I was broken, I was burned, but from the ashes I returned. No light to guide, no hand to hold. I walk alone, reborn and cold. Now thunder rolls beneath my skin. The storm outside begins again. I stand where fire kissed my bones, and where the dark like it's my home. They took my blood, they took my crown, but they can't keep a strong man down. From ruins dug, I built my name, a darker soul, but just the same. I was broken, I was burned, but from the ashes I returned. No light to guide, no hand to hold. I walk alone, reborn and cold. Yeah, I'm born of ashes, born of flame. The fire's gone, but I remain. The fire's cold, the whiskey's gone, but my shadow keeps walking on. He tried to break me, he tried to claim but I walked through hell and kept my name. The night still speaks, I hear him near. His breath like smoke inside my ear. He's waiting quiet, year by year, but I don't hide. He knows I'm still here. He knows I'm still here. Through the blood and the fear, I faced his eyes, I burned his flame, but I walked out still the same. Yeah, he knows I'm still here. I've seen the dark that steals your sleep. I paid the price, the cost runs deep. He said, son, you'll bow in time. I said, you'll die before that line. My hands still shake, my soul still burns. The wheel still spins, the world still turns. But every scar's a story clear, and every mark says I'm still here. He knows I'm still here. Through the blood and the fear, I faced his eyes, I burned his flame, but I walked out still the same. Yeah, he knows I'm still here. The moon don't shine the way it used to. The saints all there, the sinners grew. But I don't pray, I don't kneel down. I wear my scars just like a crown. He haunts the night, he stalks the pain, but I've learned to dance inside the flame. The devil calls, I never steer, I light my smoke. He knows I'm still here. He knows I'm still here. Through the blood and the fear, I faced his eyes, I burned his flame, but I walked out still the same. Yeah, he knows I'm still here, and he'll never claim my flame. built my peace where the shadows crawl behind the noise, beneath it all. The night once haunted, now it stays a faithful friend in my broken ways. The fire's out, but I still glow. No God above, no soul below. I found my home where others fear. I sleep in the dark, I belong here. I sleep in the dark where silence breathes, where pain turns gold and memory bleeds. The world forgot, but I remain a quiet man carved out of flame. The whiskey fades, but the truth remains. I learned to love my weather chains. No angel sings, no devil's bites, just me and the smoke of endless nights. I walk slow where no light stays, each step a prayer in my own way. They call it hell, I call it peace, a place where all my goals found relief. I sleep in the dark where silence breathes, where pain turns gold and memory bleeds. The world forgot, but I remain a quiet man carved out of flame. There's beauty here in the quiet home of things I've lost, of what I've become. The moon don't ask, the stars don't cry, they just burn slow, they just pass by. Now I dream less, but I feel more. I've made my bed on the shadows floor, and when I die, don't light my way. Let the dark keep what it may. I sleep in the dark where silence breathes, where pain turns gold and memory bleeds. The world forgot, but I remain a quiet man carved out of flame. I sleep in the dark. And I wouldn't change a thing. Night don't scare me anymore. I'll dance with fire, I'll walk that floor. Bury friends, I bury pain. Now I bleed thunder through my veins. They try to break me, drag me down, but I was forged when no one's found. I seen the Reaper, shook his hand, told him not yet, I've got to stand. 'Cause the devil knows my name. He tried to claim my flame, but I burned his eyes with the fire inside. I rose from hell, I'll never die. Yeah, the devil knows my name. Whiskey burns, but it keeps me sane. I talk to ghosts that wear my shame. Every sin a scar I earn, every lesson a bridge I burn. I walk in silence, but my soul screams loud. I ain't no hero, but I make them proud. I'm cut from loss, I'm built from pain. A shadow man in the pouring rain. 'Cause the devil knows my name. He tried to claim my flame, but I burned his eyes with the fire inside. I rose from hell, I never died. Yeah, the devil knows my name. He caught me once, I caught him back. Said I don't run, I walk my track. He offered peace, I chose to fight. I'll make my home an endless night. The world can fall, I'll still remain. A soul of smoke, a man of flame. You can curse my blood, forget my face, but my fire burns in every place. 'Cause the devil knows my name. He tried to claim my flame, but I burned his eyes with the fire inside. I rose from hell, I never died. Yeah, the devil knows my name, and he won't ever see me fade. 'Cause I wear my scars like golden chains, and I smile through the storm and pain. And when the night falls cold again, I'll drink to death and call him friend. But he won't win, he knows the game. He tried before and I still care. Yeah, the devil knows my name. He tried to take my flame. ash on my boots, smoking my lungs. I walked through hell and I bit my tongue. They tried to break what they couldn't see, but the dark just made a man like me. Chains don't hold when you burn the flame. I lost my soul, but I kept my name. The ground still shakes when I take a breath. I made a home out of fire and death. I'm the fire king, I rise alone, build my throne from blood and stone. The world can fall, but I won't fade. I'm the spark they can't erase. Smoke and steel, I breathe control. I've lost my flesh, but I found my soul. If death comes knocking, let him see. The flames still bow when they meet me. I'm the fire king, I rise alone, build my throne from blood and stone. The world can fall, but I won't fade. I'm the spark they can't erase. Yeah, I'm the fire king. I walk slow, the floor knows my name. Men move quiet when I play the game. No crown, no gold, no need for fame. Power's a whisper, not a flame. I built this world from smoke and pain, turned every scar into my chain. They talk loud, but I just grin. I already know how it ends. Who wins? in shadows. Fire burns behind his eyes. No mercy, no tears to follow. The king don't beg, the king decides. Whiskey cold, the cards still bleed. Every man's a story I read. I deal in silence, I trade in fear. They know my rules, I ain't unclear. The streets are loyal, the night's my home. Every sin carved into stone. They pray for light, I bless the dark. Every deal sealed with a spark. The king don't speak, he moves in shadows. Fire burns behind his eyes. No mercy, no tears to follow. The king don't beg, the king decides. To save, I write my law, I dig my grave. The throne I sit don't shine or gleam. It's built from blood, from power, from dreams. So when you see me, don't ask why. I bury truth where others lie. Power's quiet, death's a friend. I rule the start, I rule the end. The king don't speak, he moves in shadows. Fire burns behind his eyes. No mercy, no tears to follow. The king don't beg, the king decides. The king don't speak, he never tries. He rules the dark where silence lies. I left the crown on a broken chair. Dust and blood still hanging there. Gold means nothing when you've seen the end. So I lit a match and walked again. The streets remember, the faces fade. The night still calls the name I made. But I don't answer, I don't obey. I'm just a king who walked away. I held the fire, I held the pain. I ruled the dark, I wore the chain. Now I'm free in the smoke and rain. The king walked away again. Power's loud, but silence wins. Tells the truth beneath the sin. I traded fear, peace of mind, left ghosts and gold far behind. They'll toast my name, they'll curse my face, but I found peace in my disgrace. No throne, no crown, no one to save, just my soul and an unmarked grave. Hey, I had the fire, I had the pain. I ruled the dark, I wore the chain. Now I'm free in the smoke and rain. The king who walked away again. Now every scar just feels like art. Every wound still beats my heart. I gave the night what it gave to me, a man unbound, finally free. The fire's gone, but I still burn. Every loss became what I earned. Let the storm come, let the world decay. I'll smile in the dark as I walk away. I have the fire, I have the pain. I ruled the dark, I wore the chain. Now I'm free in the smoke and rain. The king who walked away again. Yeah, I'm a king they couldn't change. The ghost that walks through fire and rain. Rain hits hard on the neon glass. Another night, another past. I've seen too much to call it sin. This game don't end, it pulls you in. The cards are down, whiskey's near. Every face I know ain't here. The world I built from smoke and pain. Tonight it falls, but I remain. This is the last deal I'll ever make. The fire burns, the walls all shake. I sold my soul, I paid the cost. But kings don't cry for what they lost. Gun on the table, eyes of steel. The truth cuts deeper than what I feel. They said revenge don't set you free, but hell's been home for men like me. The clock still ticks, The air stands still, I light my smoke, I'll break my will. Every scar's a vow I keep, a promise carved too dark, too deep. This is the last deal I'll ever make. The fire burns, the walls all shake. I sold my soul, I pay the cost, but kings don't cry for what they lost. I've buried friends, I've buried peace. Power don't sleep, it just deceives. The streets still whisper, the walls still sigh. A man like him don't ever die. Now thunder rolls, the lights go down. I'm just a ghost wearing a crown. If this is hell, I'll light the flame and smile as they all curse my name. This is the last deal I'll ever make. The fire burns, the walls all shake. I sold my soul, I paid the cost, but kings don't cry for what they lost. Yeah, the king don't crawl, the king don't plead. He bleeds in dark, that's all he needs. I move slow through the smoke and rain. Every step remembers pain. The streets still whisper my old name. The king returned, but not the same. Cold eyes in a world of light. I built my throne, silence high. No crown, no mercy, no disguise. The shadow lives, the city cries. I don't beg, I don't bleed, I take what's mine, I lead. No angels here, no peace to keep. I rule the dark, the world's asleep. Whiskey burns where the truth should be. Ghosts of men still follow me. Every sin I let survive feeds the fire that keeps me alive. They said the devil walks in gold, but I wear black and I don't fold. My law is carved in smoke and steel. I don't forgive, I made them kneel. I don't beg, I don't bleed, I take what's mine, I lead. No angels here, no peace to keep. I rule the dark. asleep. I don't bleed, I take what's mine. I leave no angels here, no peace to keep. I rule the dark, the world's asleep. Yeah, I rule the dark. The world's asleep. The fire's gone, but the smoke still stays. I built my crown darker ways. Gold don't shine the way they said. It's just the glow of the lives I bled. Silence now, my only friend. No one left to con or defend. Power costs more than a man can pay. I lost my soul on the climb that day. The shadow sits on my throne without light. Every scar's a crown I wear, but it's cold up here and no one cares. I've seen the brave all kneel in time. I've seen the saints fall out of line. The higher you rise, the more you fade. 'Cause every empire loves its grave. I drink to ghosts that knew my name. They whisper back, you play the game. But kings don't win, they just survive. With empty eyes still burn. said the fire would make me whole, but it burned the heart and left the cold. I wear the dark, I wear the pain. The crown still fits, but it's just a chain. I'm the king of nothing, the ruler of night. A shadow sits on my throne without light. Every scar's a crown I wear, but it's cold up here and no one cares. Yeah, I'm the king they can't ignite. A ghost who reigns in endless night. The fire's gone, but I still glow. A walking ghost that learned to grow. The scars I wear don't fade with time. They just remind me I'm still alive. I've seen the graves, I heard the cry. Buried dreams and empty lies. But every fall just taught me more. The dark can't kill what burns at the core. From pain, whiskey nights and long lost friends. Every sin just made amends. I walk alone, but not in fear. I've made peace with what brought me here. The wind still howls, the past still calls, but I just smile, I've seen it all. If hell's behind me, let it stay. I found my road and I'll walk away. I'm the wanderer of the ashes, born from smoke ashes, born from smoke and broken clashes. Lost my name, but kept my flame. I'm not the same. I rose from pain. Yeah, I'm the wanderer. I found my way through fire, smoke, fine judgment day. The night was thick, the fire was low. My shadow whispered, it's time to go. I saw his eyes, cold as stone. He said, son, your soul's been grown. I laughed through smoke, my hands were scarred. Said hell ain't far, but I've come this far. He grinned and spoke, you think you're free. I said the only chains are inside of me. When I faced the devil, I didn't pray. I stood my ground, I made him stay. He saw my scars, he knew my name, but I'm the fire he couldn't claim. He offered gold, he offered peace. Said lay it down, let it all see. But I was born with dirt and flame, and I don't kneel, I don't blame. Every sin I've known's my own design. A broken heart still beats in time. The devil smiled, but I saw his fear. He saw himself standing here. When I faced the devil, I didn't pray. I stood my ground, I made him stay. He saw my scars, he knew my name, but I'm the fire he couldn't claim. The whiskey burned, my soul was steel. Every truth I hid became real. He tried to speak, but lost his breath. 'cause I'd already danced with death. Now I walk slow, the ashes fade, the deals I made, the price I paid. But I still rise, I still remain a man of blood, a man of flame. When I face the devil, I didn't pray, I stared him down till he looked away. He saw my scars, he knew my pain. I'm the fire he'll never tame. I'm the fire